you like this is English, eat it, and after someday you are going to speak English. No, nothing is going to
Automatic.
happen in this way.
Grammar is not too much important. I'm thinking about grammar is important because without grammar, how can we start to, make sentences? Can you explain? Because you told about grammar is not important. So maybe you have some tricks, others. I don't know this kind of tricks. From grammar, how can you start to make sentences and how can you use in initially? Because when you start to speak English, if there are two options, if you have to environment to speak English, because one baby, how they can learn their mother tongue without grammar, without learning anything, just because of environment. And second thing is, if I talk about this language, then we have no environment to speak our surrounding, and any person, there are no person with whom we can speak daily basis. So in my opinion, we should learn little bit grammar.
So hello Sus, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How about you?
Yes, I'm pretty well, doing fantastic in my life. Thank you for your kind concern.
Okay, I would like to know about you. Please introduce yourself.
Sure, why not? I would be more than happy to tell about myself. Well, my name is Shiv, and I born and raised in India. My state name is Uttarakhand. Professionally, I'm a central government employee, and as far as my academic knowledge confirm, I'm done with my Master in English, Master in Commerce, and this year I'm pursuing my Master in Economics. In addition to
Oh,
this, I do teach English to beginners and intermediate speakers with the help of online applications, and I'm a YouTuber. My YouTube channel name is English with Teachership. This is all from my side.
that's good to know about you, sir. You have done master in three subject.
I'm done with my master in two subject, and this is my third subject in which I'm pursuing my master.
Which one? Last one?
The last one is economics. I'm pursuing my master in economics. This is my final year.
Okay, that's great, sir. Shall I introduce
Yeah,
myself? And I'm very curious to know about you more. Before that, I'm going to introduce myself. Then I will ask you.
sure. Please go ahead.
As you know, my name is Susmita Kaushik. I'm from UP currently. Basically, I'm from Assam. About my qualification, now I'm pursuing master degree as well as I have done PhD as a computer course also. I'm married person and simultaneously I'm running YouTube channel as well. Name is Global English Quest. That's all about me.
Wow, that's really great. I'm delighted to hear about you and your introduction. Thanks for that.
Thank you so much. Please tell me, sir, what is the reason to learn and taking too many degrees? What's the reason? Because you already a teacher.
Okay, fine. That's a very good question. I must say that. So, the very first and foremost thing that I want to let you know is I'm not a professional English trainer, as I'm an unofficial English trainer, which means I haven't done any course like teaching and all. But I've been speaking English for last 3.5 years, and based on this experience, I've been helping and assisting so many students and aspirants who have been struggling a lot in order to master this language. So I do teach English in different online platforms. I haven't teach English in a professional way anywhere to anyone. And second question which you have asked me, like what made me to pursue this much master. So what I say about it that I'm a very inquisitive person. What I believe about life in profession and skill that we all are human beings and we all have some goals in our life. So in order to achieve those goals, we shouldn't stop at one place. For example, if I am done with my master in one subject, now I have to think about it like how can I explore myself more? Then I started doing master in another subject. After completing master in another, I thought I should not stop myself now because life is all about to move on. The moment you are going to stagnate at one place and you are going to freeze at one place, just get an intuition in your mind that you stopped your exploration and you stopped your growth as well. So this is what my personal suggestion to everyone, that don't try to be get free. Whenever you think that one goal is get accomplished, think about the next step. And this is how you are going to add some value in your overall personality. So that's all about my journey of pursuing these much goals.
Wow, that's great. Good to know about you, sir. You have lots of experience. And how long have you been? Are you teaching as a government employee in a school? This is our college.
I'm a government employee, but I'm working as a clerk. I'm not a teacher. As I said before, I do teach English in different online platforms, which I've been using for last 2.5 years. And when it comes to speaking English, I've been speaking English for last 3.5 years. So that's all.
Yeah, what's the reason you are doing as a clerk? Because you deserve as a teacher. You haven't tried to, get a job as a teacher.
As a matter of fact, I enrolled before in my government job, and after getting that government job, I got fascinated towards this language. So, in short, I started my journey of learning this language after my joining. But I'm not ready in order to apply for English teacher, because what I believe teaching itself is a noble profession. If, if you want to become a teacher, you have to accumulate a lot of knowledge. It requires high level of experience, so many certificates, courses, and being a government employee, I don't have this much time right now. But what I'm doing these days, I'm just trying to create a platform. I'm trying to make my background. I'm just trying to strengthen my skills in terms spoken English. And one of my native speaker teachers from United States, she suggested me, if you want to improve your spoken English, so all you have to do is just start teaching others. Because when you're going to teach others, before teaching to them, you have to learn first. And that particular period of learning will make you an eloquent and impeccable speaker. So this is how I'm working on my skills.
Wow, really great to know about you. So you are really passionate about learning this language, and you are very hardworking. Because after taking lots of degrees, you are focusing on next part now. So what's your next goal? What's your next motto? What do you want to be, or do you want to switch your job in another way, or you are satisfied in your job?
Uh, Not much, but first of all, I just want to focus on my English. I just want to improve my communication a little bit more, because there's always a difference between the one who is doing courses in a professional way, in academic way, and he has some degrees and certificate as well, and the guy who is doing something in a professional way for the sake of helping and for the sake of learning is something else. So what I'm just trying to enhance my knowledge. I'm trying to gain some experience by talking with different students and people around the world. Once I would reach on that level where I feel that now it is the time that I can also pursue any professional course and I can clear it, definitely I'll go for it. Because being a government job employee, you are not supposed to allow to have any other regular courses. So I'm just trying to enhance my education, knowledge, experience, and I'm just trying to understand the diversity of thoughts that people have to whom I'm talking and interacting. The moment I'll reach on that level where I feel that, okay, fine, now this is the best time that I can pursue any professional course in terms of teaching English, I would I would be more than happy to pursue that.
Okay, maybe that is the reason you are running YouTube channel as well, and you are talking with different peoples nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, you want to be a YouTuber or any reason behind it? You want to be a YouTuber, so you want to take session. Maybe you have thought something to before create your channel.
I didn't think about it. Honestly speaking, and why I've opened my own YouTube channel, there's a story behind it. I'm using one online application, and as I said that I'm a government employee, so whenever I'm creating my own panel over there in that application, so sometimes there are some students they are not able to join my panel, and then they have requested me, sir, sometimes we are not able to join a panel and we are going to miss out everything whatever you are teaching over here. So why don't you open your own YouTube channel and just try to upload all those stuff which you have been discussing here. With the help of those video, whenever we'll free, we are going to learn from those videos. So that's the first reason I started my own YouTube channel. And second thought came to my mind that when I'm going to upload my video, so uploading video needs a lot of courage. It requires a good knowledge. It requires a very decent content which you can serve to your viewers. So if you want to accumulate all this raw stuff, you have to study a lot. You have to come up with some deep research. And when you are going to do all this stuff, you are going to improve yourself as well. You're going to accumulate a lot of information and knowledge for yourself as well. So this is the second thing, and last but not least, actually the reason behind learning this language is I was criticized and humiliated by someone very badly, and that day was kind of very terrible day for me, or I would say that was a turning point of my life, you can say, in terms of this language. I did my schooling from Hindi medium school, and I wasn't able to speak a single word in English. But I got fascinated towards this language, so I had to learn it. But people were not that much supportive in my initial days. So I thought, okay, fine, no worry. If people were not supporting, it's not a big deal. I should start my own journey. I'll have to start learning from my own self. From there, I started learning this language. So I'm thinking, if I'll open my own YouTube channel, so maybe or maybe not, but I would try my best in order to help out those inquisitive and passionate learners who are beginners, who are first year, and who are struggling a lot in order to master this language because of different reasons. So I'm trying to upload those reasons on my YouTube channel, which beginners and intermediate speakers are facing in terms of master this language.
Wow, so that's great. Good to know about you and your struggle. Okay, when did you start your speaking journey and which kind of difficulties you had to face? Can you explain? Because this you are very good in English nowadays. So if you give some structure, then it will be very helpful to beginners as well as to me also. Because I'm also learning this language. So if there is special any trick or tips do you have, then please suggest.
Well, I'm not a professional teacher that I can suggest anything to anyone else, as I myself consider me as a tenderfoot in terms of English, and I'm completely Tyro still now. But yeah, 3.5 years back, I started my journey planning this language, and I started from scratches, of course, from zero, from ground level. And when you start from zero, you need to struggle a lot. You have to be very industrious and studious person. Then only you'll be able to achieve the level as you are expecting from yourself. Let's come to the point like tips and tricks. I don't have any special or magical tips and tricks from my side as I'm not a magician. But of course, I would share those tips and tricks and stats which I have been following since I started learning this language. There are 10 steps which one should follow in a chronological manner in order to get command and hold on this language. The first thing is that we should remember this thing always in our mind that we all are Indians and English is not our native language. We are not born with
Definitely.
this language, and we shouldn't expect the same level of perfections as native speakers have. So while learning this language, if you are making any mistake anywhere at any point, we should not feel ashamed about it. That's the first thing. Now, second thing, before starting a journey of learning this language, one must ask one question to himself that why? What is the reason behind it? Do I have any powerful reason to learn this language? Yes or no? If I have, so go for it. If not, so just try to find that powerful reason for yourself that why, what made me to jump to learn this language. Because I've seen many times people are just learning this language, but they don't even know why they are learning. Until unless you don't have a goal in your life, you can't even achieve it. So first set a goal for yourself, like this is the reason. For example, I want to crack IELTS exam. I want to become an English teacher. I want to become a writer. I'm learning English because I want to socialize with people around the world. Reason could be anything, but make sure it should be that much strong as like do and die. Third thing I would say words have some magical power, undoubtedly. The more you have vocabularies in your mind, the better you can express your thoughts, your ideas, you can convey your message in a very efficient and amazing way. Instead, I would say car without fuel, useless. Gun without bullet, useless. Similarly, your English is incomplete without adequate or ample amount of vocabs. So learn at least one or two vocabulary every single day and not theoretically. In fact, incorporate those vocabs in your day-to-day spoken English. Then only you would able to remember these vocabs for perpetual. Now, rule number fourth is I often notice people are literally bothered and obsessed with their grammar rules. They think, oh God, I did my schooling from Hindi mid school. No one has taught me any grammar. Without grammar, how can I speak English? And I would say just a hallucination, and they have a very misconception in their mind. Without grammar, you can learn English, there's no big deal. I would suggest in initial state, you should not focus on your grammar and try to focus on your flow and confidence. The moment you would reach on that level where you can speak English with anyone around the world without any hesitation and shyness, then you can go for accuracy, which means then you can go for grammar. Otherwise, whatever basic grammar and functional grammar patterns you have, you can just start from that only. Now, rule number five, of course, practice, practice, and practice. If you practice on a regular basis, I'm telling you honestly, you can make a grip on this language very easily. So practice
Yes.
doesn't mean that I wake up early in the morning and I start using different platforms and I'm talking to people in a random topic. No, that's not practice. Practice simply means what I want to draw your attention on, focus practice. Just evaluate yourself, examine. For that, you can just record your voice and identify where are you making mistake, in which area you are lacking. Are you lacking in sentence formation, vocabulary, grammar, content creation, pronunciation? What's wrong with your English? And then just start working on that specific point. That's how you are not going to beat around the bush and you are going to practice in a very effective way. Now, rule number six is love your mistakes. When I'm saying love your mistake, people are definitely going to laugh at me, but no worry, that's totally your choice. What I would say, I often feel people are knowing English in their mind. English is in their mind, English in their heart, but English is not in their mouth. They're not going to train their mouth muscles in order to speak out English. And it's just because I feel being a beginner, if I'll speak English and I'll make any mistakes, so the people who are listening to me, they're going to make fun of me and they're going to judge me. They can start criticizing me. And just because of this reason, people are not even ready to come up with their uncomfortable zone to the comfortable. So, what I would say, accept your mistake, embrace your mistake by close-hearted, and start working on your mistakes. And I'm damn sure sooner or later you are going to speak English like a flawless speaker, certainly. Our next step is English speaking environment. How a baby learns his language, his mother tongue. How did
Definitely.
you learn your mother tongue? He never tried to go for any grammar rules in school. He never tried to join any institute. But all he has learned his language by observing his parents, siblings, people who are around him. And same goes with English. The more you create an English speaking environment around you, the better you can learn it. If you're doing work in the kitchen, try to listen some podcasts in English. If you are going to do something in your home, before doing that, just think about it in English. I'm going to cut vegetable and then start cutting it. I'm going to market. then go to market. Whatever you are about to do, first think and then do. This is how you are going to work on your two skills. In short, I would say you are going to kill two birds with one stone. One, you are going to make a habit of thinking English in your mind. And second, you are doing practice with yourself, so there is no one who is going to make fun of you and laugh at you. You are the best companion for yourself in order to have a healthy and idle practice. Right. Next step is our notes. Make notes. I don't know how many vocabularies I have used since we started talking with each other, but I have used more than 15 advanced vocabs. I don't think so that you are acquainted with that. Sorry for that. I have a habit of using this because I'm a fond of words. But what I believe, whenever you're talking to someone or you're listening to someone, just try to make a habit of making notes. Keep the pen and diary in your hand and start jotting down something that you feel that I can also use in my spoken English. And this is the beauty of this language. You can make it quite magnificent and splendid. It's depend on your choice. Are you enthusiastic to do it or not? If yes, so go for it. Now, next thing is this is called confidence, or you can say you have to enjoy the learning. Means whenever you speak English, be confident, be patient, fall in love with this language. Try to connect yourself with this language. The more you feel that this is not second language, this is my first language, and I have to master it. Just forget about your native language for some days and adapt and acquire this language. I did practice for 14 to 16 hours in one day for the next 3 months. I don't know how many of you have are doing that, but I had that much craziness in terms of explaining. In fact, when I was taking shower in my bathroom, I was talking to myself in English, and my mother was shouting at me like, "What exactly are you doing inside? Are you taking bathing, or you are taking some English classes over there?" So this is what I'm saying, that if you are going to uh, keep madness to this level, there's no doubt at all you can become an English teacher for sure. You don't need any mentor for yourself, any books, any videos, any coaches who are going to feed you like this is English, eat it, and after someday you are going to speak English. No, nothing is going to
Automatic.
happen in this way. So this is all from my side. Over to you. Sorry for this long lecture.
No, no, no. I could learn many things from you, and definitely, who will watch this video, definitely they can learn from you a lot. And I want to say, grammar. You told about grammar is not too much important. I'm thinking about grammar is important because without grammar, how can we start to make sentences? Can you explain? Because you told about grammar is not important. So maybe you have some tricks. Others, I don't know this kind of tricks. Which apart from grammar, how can you start to make sentences and how can you use in initially? Because when you start to speak English, if there are two options, if you have to environment to speak English, because one baby, how they can learn their mother tongue without grammar, without learning anything, just because of environment. And second thing is, if I talk about this language, then we have no environment to speak our surrounding, and any person, there are no person with whom we can speak daily basis. So in my opinion, we should learn little bit grammar, how much we can make a sentences, and we can communicate with people easily. Because if you start to make mistakes, huge mistake, then maybe you will habitual to make this kind of mistakes, and maybe you are feel comfortable to talk in this mistake again and again, because you are habitual to talk this kind of things, this kind of sentences you are habitual to talk daily basis. Maybe you will not understand what I'm doing mistake, what I'm making mistake. So grammar, maybe it's important in my opinion, my point of view. And you talk about grammar is not too much necessary. Just I want to know what is the another way. There is another way to without grammar we can learn. And yeah, I already told about environment. Without environment, if we are living in India, so here there is no any kind of environment to speak English on daily basis. So without environment, without grammar, how can we make sentences and how can we communicate with people and correctly? Because if you start to speak with in a start in a wrong sentences, definitely you will habitual and not too much, but you will habitual after learning some days you can reduce little bit, but somehow you are not able to reduce that much your mistakes. So in this case what they have to do and how they can start without grammar, just I want to know a little bit from you.
Uh, well, I'm agree with your statement, whatever you have stated just now, with some of my disagreements. I do have complete respect for your statement, but still, I would say I'm partially agree with you. Before starting my answer about the question you have asked me about grammar, I want to ask one question to you. What do you
Yeah,
think about my English? If I would ask you to rate my English out of 10, how much marks you want to give to me out of 10? And be honest. Out of 10,
yeah, I want
what you
to
want
give
to
you
me?
full mark. Yeah, I want to give you full mark because you are good. English is really good. I very appreciate after listening you, and just I want to know that much. Who will watch this video? And definitely I want to know from you. And yeah, without grammar, how is it possible? Please explain.
The reason behind it, asking this question to you, like to just rate my English, because honestly speaking, you told me that you want to give me full marks. I don't think so, but okay, that's fine. The thing is that I haven't learned grammar in my entire life. Honestly speaking, I don't even know a
Okay.
single rule of grammar. And
Okay.
I took English as a language, not subject. I haven't learned it in academic way, like this is a syllabus, this is chapter one, chapter two, part of speech. And no, I haven't learned it, and I don't even know what are these part of speech and all, seriously speaking.
Okay.
But again, the matter of fact is, it depends on individual why he want to learn English. That's what I've said in initial stage. Whenever you are starting your journey, before that, you have to ask one question to yourself: that why you want to learn English. In case if you want to become an English teacher, things would be changed. In case if you want to crack IELTS exam, things would entirely change. In case if you want to speak English, just you want to mingle and socialize with people around the world, so strategy would be different. First, suppose uh, I ha- the grammar, the question which you have asked me related to grammar, it has been a very controversial topic since I started learning this language. But I have 4 points for this question. Number
Okay.
one, as I said, it depends on your perspective, why you want to learn English. If you want to become an English teacher, for sure you have to have the knowledge of grammar, undoubtedly.